Hey, what's up, fellow YouTubers, fellow toy nuts and toy collectors? This is Starscream 1988, and today I bring you a midweek toy haul. Now, I've actually had 2 weeks go by without doing normal toy hauls. My toy haul should have been on the 22nd, Tuesday the 22nd. That's the beginning of my new week, and that's when I always show you my new toy hauls. Technically, yes, I know it is Saturday. It's not a week, it's a weekend, but I think you understand the gist. So anyway, so this is where we're starting. Actually, it was a kind of big action figure week for me. I know these are old. This is Wave 1, Series 1, whatever you want to call it, of the Marvel Legends line, Bill Terex. But yeah, I had to get it finally. They were $12.99, and I already had Captain America with the photonic shield. And they actually have the one with the solid shield, but I just don't need another shield when, you know, Bucky comes with it, and so does Ultimate Cap and all that. So I'm good with just the one, and I wasn't planning on opening him anytime soon, but I am now, because I do actually want to build Terex now. I think he's kind of cool. So anyway, yeah, so enough of the back here. So I did pick up Constrictor, I picked up Hope Summers, and I picked up the Ghost Rider, and I picked up the blue version. I have not picked up Iron Man or the Claw yet, but those guys are like peg warmers, serious peg warmers. So I'm hoping that that, you know, whenever I do grab them, hopefully they'll be like on clearance or something like that, so I can save a little bit of cash. It's not a big deal. Or maybe next week I'll just I'll suck it up and I'll just grab them. But yeah, so here they are. And you probably saw me trying to fix her. So originally I had done this review yesterday, this midweek toy haul, I should say, not a review. I had done reviews of them individually, and then I just kind of scrapped them. I was like, you know what, there was no emotion. I wasn't really excited about them. I like them, don't get me wrong, I think they're cool. But if I really liked them that much, I probably would have gotten them when they first came out. I know that I get my Transformers kind of late sometimes, but that's different. And it's only different for the fact that I don't think Transformers Prime is all that. It's grown on me now. Now I kind of like it more, and I do pick up more ones recently. But this is something that I knew I could have waited. It wasn't a big deal to me. And I definitely wasn't going to be paying $20, $25 for these. So at 13 bucks each, that's a good deal. But yeah, so there he is, and there's Terex. So I just got to actually open up my Steve Rogers, give him his bottom part of his anatomy there, and then I just got to get Iron Man and Claw so I can add his legs. So yeah, so those are them. It's pretty cool. Like I said, I did reviews on these, but I scrapped them. The best one probably would have been Constrictor, as I had a lot of info on him. So if you guys do want me to do one and give you all the info on his origins and all that, I mean, I can do it again, I guess. This guy here I actually picked up today as you're watching this. So today is Saturday the 26th, just in case if you're wondering. It is the same day I'm putting him up. I had him a long time ago. I'm pretty sure this is part of the Hasbro wave, the original Hasbro wave. I had him a long time ago, and then I got rid of him, and I'm glad I got him back. So he looks awesome. As a matter of fact, here is his small counterpart version for the Marvel Universe. So a lot more old school with the one, I don't know if you want to call that bandolier or sash or whatever. This is more the H style, kind of like the He-Man look, the big H for Hercules or whatever not. So that's definitely the more old school version. And I like the fact that he's really red. So kind of gives you that Irish look, I guess. Here is he with his cool scepter there. So very nice find, 10 bucks. Can't beat that. So very cool. And he's complete, obviously, which is awesome. Oh, one thing, going back on the Marvel Legends there, even from watching past reviews on some of these, you know, other great reviewers out there, I never knew there was like a story, which is pretty cool. So obviously I only have 2, 5, and 6. I guess Steve Rogers would be number 1, and then Iron Man and Claw would be 3 and 4 or whatever, or vice versa. But yeah, so it's pretty cool. And then what's slick about it is I wonder how they do this. You know, is this all Marvel influence, or does Hasbro say, hey, you know, can you help us out or whatever? But yeah, they kind of tell you here, if you want to read more, the Annihilation Wave, which is awesome. It is a really good read, the Heralds of Galactus. That was an awesome read. That whole series is great. Here they let you know that you can pick up Fantastic Four issue 260, and I guess it kind of deals with that whole, you know, Terex versus Silver Surfer and Galactus or whatever. And then this one is issue 210 of the Fantastic Four. So these are some classic books. So it's not something you can just pick off the shelf, but that's pretty cool. I didn't know that this existed, so that's pretty nice. So I head forward with my toy haul. Another guy that I picked up, it has nothing to do with that wave. I mean, he does obviously because he's part of the wave, but you don't need to get him. But I just had to because he's just beautiful. I gotta say, honestly, I love my Steve Rogers. I love Captain America, but this is the main reason to actually pick up this wave. This is one of the most beautiful figures I've ever seen. This is, I believe, based on Steve Copio's artwork. So he just looks unbelievable. He's huge. As a matter of fact, I know this isn't a review, guys, so sorry if I'm taking too long, but this is actually going to be a two-part toy haul. Look at Terrax. He has nothing on Thor. I mean, his arms are, in comparison, I know I should probably take him out of the package, but look at this. I mean, really? Build a figure? Seriously? Thor's bigger. Or he seems bigger anyway. So I'm going to have to do a comparison eventually when I finish this guy. I'm sure his legs are like Diesel, they're huge, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think Thor's a little bit bigger. He looks awesome. Anyway, so that's that. Breaking away from the Marvel. I can't believe I actually got these. I'm super surprised at myself. I've seen quite a few reviews lately, and that's the only reason it made me want to get them. I wish I could remember whose reviews I watched, so I can kind of give them credit for making me get these. And you definitely subscribe to me. I know you're one of my subscribers too. Oh my god. Oh, I remember. Something Pop Geek. Something Kid Pop Geek or something like that. I apologize, brother. I really should have checked your name. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to link your review. So yeah, you're the one that actually made me want to get these. I don't think you did her. But just watching your review, I was kind of like, you know what? I walk by the shelves every day, and I keep dissing them. And I'll be honest, I hated the whole Batman line. There's not one single figure that I own, and I would never want to own. But for some reason, these I actually like a lot. I think they look really good, except for maybe not Michael Shannon's character, Zod, and Henry Cavill. His likeness doesn't really look like him too much. I mean, it's okay, but it's not great. But yeah, that's the only one I thought of getting it because it's Superman and I love Superman. Obviously, a lot more than Batman. I think some of you have heard me say that before. I'm definitely, if I can find General Zod with the Kryptonian armor, I'm getting it. That's really cool looking, and it seems to be the hardest one to get. The one that he's, just in his regular bodysuit, I just don't like, so I won't even bother. But other than getting her, I just had to get him, which is kind of funny. Now that I just said that I don't like his likeness, but I think this actually looks a lot better. This is definitely something that toy companies all do. This is the lazy way to get you to buy another toy, is do the all black version. So I call it the lazy way because they do it all the time with Optimus Primes, and they charge twice as much, and there's really like no detail. It's like all black, maybe a couple red windows on Prime, and maybe one or two little specks of silver or gold, and that's it. And people just go nuts because it's Black Optimus Prime. So same thing with this. Obviously this has been done before, back in the 80s, when he came back from when Return of Superman. He was wearing an all black costume, and he had his really long hair, and he did have silver. So this is kind of cool. And this is in the movie. This is that flashback scene that he sees for like a second, what could have been. So I do like this. I won't front. I think this looks cool. His eyes just look ridiculously cool. I'm glad they did that touch up there. You can see a little bit of red there. So one thing that I was thinking, I'm sure now somebody else will be like, oh, I'm going to do that now. If these ever go on clearance, I'm sure he won't, because I'm sure he'll sell out faster than the rest because he's so unique looking. But if I ever have the chance to get a second one, I probably will. Only so if the red costume Supermans go on clearance, I would swap heads because I think that looks awesome. So that'd be cool. So anyway, yeah, so my first movie masters ever. And I think the only last one, like I said, I would get is Zod. I don't think I'll grab Jor-El. He looks cool, and he was probably, honestly, the best character in my opinion in the movie. But I don't think I'll be grabbing the action figure. But anyway, so as my man Andrew Cutter likes to say in his videos when he always starts his comic book review, let's start the day with a little bit of Batman in our lives. Well, I don't do Batman, I do Transformers, so I will finish off this segment with my Transformers. So there you go. I finally found these in the store. I almost ordered these on Big Bad Toys, but they wanted $100 for the set of 5, and I was just like, I'm not doing that. This is actually number 3. This is Whirl. Unfortunately, I'll say it right now, I don't have a full complete set, unfortunately. But yeah, so that was Whirl. Next is number 5, which is Twin Twist, his brother from another mother. Pretty cool, nice colors. Kind of get that a little bit closer there so you can kind of see that a little bit better. And I like the fact that they including all these Dark of the Moon weapons and stuff. So that's kind of cool. Good touch. Gives you, that extra, at least for the kids, that extra extra toy gimmick, whatever you want to call it. Here's number 2, Mr. Topspin. Very, very nice. I love the colors on him. He's probably, I gotta be honest, color wise, I think he's my favorite. He looks really, really nice. And this, of course, is to build Ruination. And last but not least, I have the main guy here, Impactor. Another very nice color. I like that a lot. And he's number 1. So, of course, yes, I am missing number 4. And number 4 would be Roadbuster, which would be that guy right there. So, unfortunately, I'm missing Roadbuster. So, I guess I got there maybe 5, 10, 15 minutes too late. Maybe some child saw it. And how dare he? He probably said, "Mom, that's what I want." So she said, "Yeah, fine." Grabbed it, and not knowing that it was part of a 5-pack thing. But it is what it is, and that's fine with me. That's cool. So it'll just kind of drive me a little bit more to want to get that number 4. But yeah. So what else do we have? Oh. Move over here for a little bit. Sorry about that. I actually just found this today. Also, as we speak, that packages on all 4. I guess they get 4 in a case. This is a Target exclusive of Transformers Prime Beast Hunters, and this is your Predacons Rising, and this is Dark Steel. As you can see, the box is wrecked, and they were all like this. As a matter of fact, there was one that his head had fallen off, so I was like, oh, that's a bummer. So but yeah, I went to like 3 different Targets today, and none had them but this one. And as you can see, only at Target exclusive. But yeah, so only that particular Target had it. I don't know if they got this by mistake. That is obviously from Canada, so that is exclusive, but I believe that's Canadian. I could be 100% wrong. Made in Vietnam, HO in Vietnam. Also available. I'll see offer. I know we here in the States we do use bi-language or tri-language or whatever, but for some reason I want to say that this wasn't supposed to come to the States, so I don't know if I got lucky, as I know that Big Bad Toys is also selling these, and I think they want like $30 for each one. So I did find this for $19.99, so pretty good steal. Probably should have grabbed the rest. I hope it's not a toy that's going to be super hard to find. So, but the packages are wrecked, like I said. So anyway, that's that. I also found these here. I did a review on these just recently, not on this one, but the previous versions of these. So I now have the Apex Prime, and like I said, I wouldn't buy these unless they were on clearance. It wasn't exactly half off, but it was $14, so I saved 6. So I did grab him, and I grabbed its counterpart that came out that same wave, and that's the Skyclaw. Pretty cool. So I have all 4 from the Transformers Prime toy line now. I have the drill, whatever the heck that thing is called, and I have the Skyhammer. I think it's called the Skyhammer. So yeah, so that's pretty cool. At least I have a kind of somewhat complete set of these miniature legend vehicles, or whatever you want to call them. And that concludes my Transformers. And I said I would end it with Transformers, but I just remembered that I did find one last item. And it's not a big deal, but I feel that I can't do a toy haul without showing at least one Power Ranger item for you Power Ranger fans out there. Yes, I found another metallic Red Ranger from the Mighty Morphin line, so I was pretty happy about that. I've been collecting only 2 of each of anything that's legacy based, kinda. I know it doesn't say legacy there, but in my opinion, it's legacy based. As this is 20 years old, but yeah, I found another one. I couldn't help myself. I said, you know what? Let me grab it. It's been in the shelf for 2 days. It literally had been in the shelf for 2 days. I saw it one day. I left it. There was a Robonite, not a metallic, but a regular Robonite, and I walked away. And the next day I went back, and it was still in the back of the shelf. I said, you know what? Let me grab it. So maybe someday I could use that as a trade, or maybe somebody might need it. So yes, I have a total now of 2 and 3, and that's my open one as it's missing the card. But yeah, so my Legacy collection is coming up very nicely. So now I have to find, obviously, a Gold Morpher. Good luck with that. Gold Morpher, a Gold Goseiger Morpher, and obviously Dragon Zord. I'm sure will be not easy, but I'll definitely be grabbing a few Dragon Zords as soon as they come out or they're available to get. I'm really hoping they make Titanus too, because I know it's a lot bigger as toys go, but I definitely would like to see Titanus come back, as I don't have that 2010 release. But anyway, so that was enough for this. So yeah, guys, thank you as always so much for watching. Thank you for all you brand new subscribers. Don't think that I don't ever click to see who's subscribing to me. I do thank you. It's just, again, it's so many now on a daily basis. I can't reply to every single one of you, but I do definitely take the time, even if it's late. I do reply to all your comments and stuff like that. At least I try it, unless sometimes some of them for some reason don't hit the incoming mailbox, and so if I missed your comment, I do apologize. But yeah, thank you as always so much. Rate, subscribe, share, comment, and stay tuned for part 2 if you want to see some more stuff. It's somewhat of a big week. I'm actually having 3 parts on this. Alright guys, peace.